All right. Should we do some watch this, bitches?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic, then.
Sure.
Mrs. Cheapy and I started watching a new series because it's got a Japanese connection. And so we thought it looked interesting. It's called Duty Shame or Giri Haji. And it's pretty good. It's not fantastic. It's a little off, but it's about a Japanese cop who has to go to London to investigate, basically to find his brother who's committed a crime and bring him back to Tokyo. And it's, it looks like it's the woman from Boardwalk Empire, Nucky's girlfriend, I guess. Did you watch Boardwalk Empire?
No.
What?
No, me
No.
neither.
Oh my God.
It sounds
Anyway,
right, though.
it's pretty good. It's just some things are a little off, but
Like what? The way you said duty?
no.
It's duty shame, not duty shame.
Duty shame.
Duty. Duty.
Duty shame sounds like a better show.
Right.
Like a reality show where someone goes to the bathroom and then like
It's my
judges
life.
walk in and they're like, "How dare you? This is pitiful. What have you been eating?"
I listened to that clip today where I had to cut up the duty with a hanger
Uh-huh.
because Ronnie the
To hold
limo
up?
driver had a similar experience on Howard Stern. He actually couldn't even get the duty out of his butt, and he reached in there and pulled out his duty. That's pretty disgusting. So I felt a lot better about myself.
I know. That's why I keep a spoon in the bathroom.
So anyway, we've only watched like 2 episodes of that Giri Haji or whatever. I don't know what the actual name is. If it's Giri Haji Duty Shame or whatever. It's decent. You can check it out. Maybe it gets.
You sold me on it.
Yeah, I'm not in love with it. I'm not going to tell people that I'm in love with it if I'm not in love with it. I'm skeptical, but so far it's pretty decent. What else we got here? And watch this, bitches.
I watched the Ultimate Wombat documentary over the weekend. It's approximately 4 hours long. It's broken up into 2 episodes. It's called Laurel Canyon. It's on Epix, and it is all about the music scene in Laurel Canyon, California, from 1965 to they stretch it out to like 1978, which is actually pretty far. I thought it was very interesting. My wife gave up after about an hour and 20 minutes of the 4-hour documentary, but
4 hours.
I stuck with it.
That's pretty good. I
Yeah.
don't know that I would have stuck with it for that long either.
You would like Echoes in the Canyon better. That's the Netflix documentary that's more similar. That's the one that has the Wallflower, Jacob Dylan on it.
Yeah,
And
I know of that one.
Yeah, that one's fluffier. This one's a little more like, and here's what happened. And here's what happened. It's a little more matter of fact. It goes deeper into history of things, and they take their time. It's 4 hours long. They take their time with things. I was totally into it. Like I said, it's like everything I want in this kind of documentary about that sound. It's very interesting because it was all during, they were riots. They were protesting the police in 1968, 69. In California, and the music that came out from those police riots, it was very topical for today, and they didn't plan that, so it was kind of it was interesting in that sense. That and this one touches on the Charles Manson
good. I could watch
stuff.
more riots, you're saying?
Yeah, this one also
Looking
touches
to-
on the Charles Manson stuff and Altamont and all that kind of. If you're into the history more than just the music, so
Right.
I recommend it.
Fantastic, then. That's Laurel Canyon, also
Laurel
known
Canyon.
as I answer people in the chat when Wombat talks about it.
Wow. I also watched City Slickers over the weekend with
Oh,
my
how's
son.
City Slickers?
We were talking about it in the car, my wife and I, and Elliot says, "This movie sounds interesting. Am I allowed to see it?" That's how he asks about movies. He goes, "Am I allowed to see that?" And I'm like, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be. And yeah, he loved it. He thoroughly loved that movie. He was screaming towards the end, when they get the cows across the river. And yeah, he loved it. So I was gonna say, I recommend, if a movie you're looking to watch, like a family movie,
Right.
that maybe you haven't seen in like 25 years or more, like me, City Slickers surprisingly holds up well.
I want to watch Glory with Ty. He's learning about the Civil War.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a bit of a left turn from
Yeah,
City
that's-
Slickers.
Yeah.
I
Just a movie
often think
want.
about City Slickers and Glory.
It's
in
an
the
older
same-
movie that I want to watch with my son.
Yeah, but no one takes a cannonball to the face. In,
Right.
I remember we had to get
In
permission
Glory.
slip signed. We watched that. We went to the theater when I was in school. They
Yeah.
took us to the theater to see Glory, and we had to get special permission slip signed because it was rated R.
Wow.
And
yeah.
And we saw it, and I remember the guy getting hit in the face with a cannonball on the big screen.
Sure.
That scene where they charge the fort at the end is like the best scene ever.
I don't know about best scene ever. I mean, there's a scene in City Slickers where Billy Crystal gives birth to a calf, and
I don't know.
he
that
goes,
I don't know
"This
that he
was
gave
not in the
birth to it, did he?
brochure," and there's goop all over his hands.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing visual stuff because it's a video podcast.
Sure. Well, I watch kids movies as usual, family movies.
Go on.
So I think at least you, Cheapy, have seen The Kid Who Would Be King.
I saw that.
You saw that. Okay.
We all saw it.
We all saw
I
it.
saw it in the theater.
My kids did not see all of it. This is the first one.
It's scary.
This movie's rated PG.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's a little
intense.
scary at times.
What are they thinking with this movie being PG? Like
Yeah.
the villain in this movie is scarier than like the villains in like it's the same type of villain I would say like it is in Suicide Squad or that Mummy movie with Tom Cruise.
Okay.
It's that same type of villain where it's like they talk kind of weird and they look kind of like the girl from The Ring or whatever. So that's spooky to begin with, but the kids don't pick up on that quite as much as the adults because they don't quite understand that's scary. What kids do find scary, though, I find, is when a flaming skeleton rises from the ground.
Yes, I remember that scene in the
then-
schoolyard, right, or something.
No, it's outside of his bedroom window, of this kid's bedroom window. The skeleton rises from the ground. Then the boy like gets up and looks out the window, and then it's gone, and he's like, "Oh, maybe I'm dreaming or whatever." And then on the door, you hear the door getting knocked downstairs. And then they show this thing coming through the door and starting to come up these stairs to his bedroom.
Right.
And he runs to find his mom. His mom is nowhere to be found. And then that is where my kids were like, nope, we are bawling. We are out. Like who, like, and there's like decapitation in this movie and everything too. Like,
It's like
how
a
did
British PG, I feel.
right. How did this get PG? We like Gretchen and I watched the rest of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it is a pretty
It's just
good
not
movie.
for kids.
No, it's
No,
not. 'Cause
well, I mean, it's not for little kids.
even
it's
for
not for
Ty, I
PG.
remember it was.
Yeah.
I remember thinking.
Yeah, no,
like,
Sabrina
uh-oh.
left. Sabrina didn't make it through. Elliot loved it, but he's weird that way. He's a monster kid, so that's different.
Yeah. So we stopped that and watched Spies in Disguise instead. That was much more our speed.
How is that? Now, does Will Smith turn into a pigeon?
He does in this movie, and he does some fine Will Smithing throughout.
Now, does he poop on anyone during this movie?
No, I don't think that occurs.
Then I will never see it.
I don't think that occurs.
How did they drop the ball on that?
I think there's some poop jokes, I believe.
Now,
And-
did you pick up on the title being a pun?
No. What is this
Oh.
pun of?
Okay, it's spies in disguise, and they're
Oh.
also spies in the skies. That's the
Yes.
pun.
That's you nailed it there. I'm sure
I-
that's what they were going for.
It is what they were going for. I didn't make
It's really
this up.
bad if that's what they were going for.
That
because
is
I don't
really what they were going for.
I don't think
It's
many people
called
are gonna get to
spies
that
in
point.
disguise because they're also pigeons that are in the sky.
It's a well done movie. Both my kids loved it.
Excellent.
It's prime Will Smith. Like he's charming.
I saw it on the Plex, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to mention that it was there, because if I did, then I'd have to watch it, and I'm not sure if I want to.
It's animated, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he's not a real pigeon.
hmm. I'm out.
Exactly.
All right. That's it for Watch This, bitches. It looks
All
like.
right.
Fantastic then.